Hey everyone, it's Karina. Welcome to Life of a Mermaid. So happy Wednesday, I think. I'm so confused on my days now that I don't work. But yeah. So let me see what I want to talk to you guys about. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday? Went to the market. Feeling a little bit more comfortable with the scooter and just walking around the store and things like that. And I'm getting a little bit more mobile as far as like what I can do, and again, kind of just managing and balancing oh sorry balancing like getting the scooter and handling things and not falling, and so kind of feeling really good about that and just again more confident with that in general. So we did that. We had dinner, texting friends, things like that. Again, not a lot going on. Today was raining, well, at least in the morning. I think it stopped like midday, but it's been really cold. So I know, so waking up in the morning now, it's a little bit difficult, just because like I could hear the rain, and then we're so warm in bed, and it's like, oh, I don't really want to get up. So I usually will wake up in the morning like around 6, whatever. Since it's a little earlier, but I always leave my alarm. So normally, because then Sal's alarm goes off at 6:30, and then usually he takes like another 15-minute nap, and then normally, because I'm up at that point, I'll just kind of wake him up like, hey babe, it's time. So usually around that time, between 6:30 6:45, is normally when I start getting up and then start doing my things, getting active. But then like usually the minute he leaves, because sometimes he'll turn off the light, even if he doesn't, like I'll still knock out. And then lately, I think because it's been so cold and everything, like I don't wake up till like almost 10 9:30, and it's like, and I have like so many things to do. Sorry, I felt like I had food. I feel like I have so many things to do, and I'm just like, but yeah, so waking up right now, it's been kind of difficult. I've just been so lazy. But other than that, like things are good. Again, been in a better mood, been doing my things, like I said, I set goals for myself. I'm working on so today was kind of focusing more on my rodents and field business, which I know I talked a little bit about yesterday. So still learning, but again, if you guys are interested, let me know and I'll talk to my mentor, and we can always schedule like a phone call. If you have any questions, I can always, email, text or email her, reach out to her, and I'll give an answer to you. Like I said, I want to be as open and vulnerable and transparent as possible. And yes, I'm learning. But and it is my own business, but I don't work alone. I do have a team, that supports me, a team that is there to help me. And, again, whatever I may not know or, don't have the answer to, again, I have a team and I have my mentor, that is there to support me. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so I was doing that this morning. I fixed my website. There was an error because of my last name. So it was like some weird name, so we were able to figure it out, and now it's my name. So I'm kind of excited for that, and tomorrow I'm gonna start looking into like business cards and things like that, and just kind of get the ball rolling. Started kind of reaching out to some people already, and then later on I'm gonna post, and I'm doing a launch via Facebook. So nervous but excited. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just doing my part again to just get the ball rolling, and again, biggest thing, believing in myself, keep pushing forward, and kind of getting your head, especially with something like this where it's like, oh, I'm bugging people. But again, it's all about getting out of my shell and believing in myself, and this is something that I want. This is a business, something that's going to help me again get out of my shell, believe in myself, move forward, and just do things and get the life that I've always wanted, and have that extraordinary life and have that financial freedom and get our own place, and things like that. So again, that's what's pushing me forward. That's my why. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. Again, do more work tomorrow, keep reaching out to people, promote my Facebook Live launch tonight. So yeah, that's really like the biggest thing. I was helping out a friend with a resume. I did get a call from a friend, coworker. We talked a little bit and he got busy, so he'll call me later. But yeah, I did some Christmas shopping. So I'm having friend miss next week with next week. Yeah, next Friday with some friends. So I did that. And then me and I did kind of did a list of like everyone that we're buying gifts for. And then me and Sarah are gonna start doing some Christmas shopping this Friday. So, kind of getting organized, seeing what we can get out of the way, and kind of just go from there. But yeah, so again, I did another workout today. I did more. It was more of like I combined the different workouts that I've been doing and learned, so just kind of took bits and pieces from it. What I felt would work for me, and just again, just to the point at this point, is just getting active. I'm hoping this weekend me and Sal can go to the gym, and then again, next week we can actually start going to the gym, regularly. Even if it's a couple times a week, like on weekdays, even if you go like maybe twice, that would be good. And then I know we had talked about hitting the weekends for sure, both Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, of course, as long as they're not planned, so I do that early in the morning, and then do what we got to do. So I'm excited for that too. But yeah, like I said, I'm still keep going with on my own. Doing at least keeping myself active, doing some type of routine. So yeah, so things have been good. Again, I've been in a good, really good spirits. Kind of just moving forward. Um, but yeah, so today I kind of just wanted to talk about that, about the journey with my body and my ankle and just my fitness and my physical and stuff like that. So again, when I know I've talked a bit about the injury and stuff like that, and I talked about the surgery. And it's just funny. I think I mentioned yesterday that I'm following, I think it's Caroline. And she's like a life fitness coach. And she's had a lot of injuries herself. So she has like a recovery program that she does, and I believe she sells. But so she also posts workouts and meditation videos, and just kind of like little videos of kind of what I'm doing now, like talking about her journey and things like that. So that's been really cool to follow, just because I feel like she gets it and she knows like what she's talking about as far as like the struggle and what it feels like and all that stuff. And again, it goes back to just not feeling alone, feeling understood, and like, okay, here's someone who's been through it and gets it. And yeah, so it's kind of awesome to not kind of, it is awesome. I love her videos and I love her. But yeah, so basically, one thing that she was saying, like, it's that, you go in and you kind of have an idea, or, again, here we go back to the expectations of, it's only going to take this long. And the minute, they take off the boot, I'm going to start walking, I'm going to start running. And it's like, nope, you thought. And it's kind of like, yeah, I agree, as long as you're, and she talks about this too, in a good mental state, and obviously taking care of your body the best way that you can. She talks about doing stretches, she talks about eating healthy and doing all that stuff. But it's like, if they say 3 to 6 months, yeah, and at the end of the day, there's certain choices that you can do, that you can make it the 3 months, or you can even make it shorter. But at the end of the day, it's like, it is going to be a process. It is going to take time. And I think, that's where, at least for me, a lot of the depression came in, with all of this, that I did have expectations that, even since the beginning, when I went to the ER, I remember that night, I kept I kept thinking in my mind, it was like, oh, I just sprained it, I just sprained it. And it's like, we get there and it's like, well, I get there and, the doctor comes out or whatever. And then it's like, oh, it's fractured. And, like my whole world, like, shattered at that point. And it's like, again, I shared this, and I remember the first thing I asked, like, was, can I go to the gym? And he's looking at me like, bitch, you crazy. And then it's like, then that Tuesday I see the doctor, and it's like, again, I'm thinking like, oh, he'll give me a cast, like, it'll be like a couple of weeks, I'll probably be off work for like a week, and then I can be driving and, whatever, right? Crazy expectations. And then like he's like, okay, you're off. It was like October 23rd, so he's like, basically put me off work for 2 months. And then he's like, he mentioned surgery that first day, and I remember, I think he saw mine and Sal's face, and then he's like, oh, well, it's still pretty swollen. Let's give it another week. Come back next week. We'll do an x-ray, and then we'll take it from there. I'm like, okay. But again, at that point, since, like false hope, I'm like, oh, there's no way I need surgery. He's just going to cast it. Like, that was what he mentioned too. So, a week passed. We go to the doctor, and he looked at the x-ray, and I think I've shared about this, that, the bone basically was shifting. It went, like, here was kind of moving down, and then on this side it was spreading out. So, he brought up surgery, and he said, like, we can cast it, and, basically we're not guaranteed of what it will look like, what it's going to heal like. He said, you'll still have, he's like, you'll have a lot of problems with it, just like walking, and he's like, you won't have the full functioning that you used to. He's like, it won't be the same. And then, and then he said, oh, and down the line, you'll get arthritis. And I actually do have minimal arthritis on my left foot, left ankle. Like, I mean, we've done exercise, we've done everything. And then pretty much the last time that I went to the doctor, she said, you have arthritis. So it's not fun. It fucking sucks. I always have to wrap it up. It always hurts, usually during cold weather. It starts acting up. I did physical therapy for a little bit for it. And then, I normally just stretch it and do like exercises with it and stuff like that. And I know, again, a lot of the thing too, getting some weight off me is also going to help it in the long run. So it was hurting a lot when I started, when I was working out and doing all that stuff. So yeah, so hearing that, it's like, fuck no, I'm not gonna have both my fucking ankles with arthritis, and then again, who knows, maybe down the line, I would need surgery, on my left ankle, the one that does have the arthritis. So it's like, imagine like having both of them and having to do surgery on both, like fuck that. So it's, I mean, at the same time, or, heal one and do the other one. So I was like, no, like, so at that point I decided, that's what was best for my body. Like, it wasn't that ideal situation. It wasn't ultimately what I wanted, but it's like, this is what's going to help me. This is what's going to, help me get back on my feet, literally. And this is what's going to help me, again, get back into the gym, get back into working on my fitness, working on my body, and working on, towards my goals. Like I said, I want to do a 5K. I want to be able to run all of it. I mean, at this point, even if it takes me 3 hours, but I want to run it, And I know that doing the surgery is getting me a step closer to doing that goal. So yeah, so that's kind of where we were at. But like I said, even during just every time I saw the doctor, it was just kind of like, I felt like, okay, I'm moving forward. And then it was like one step, two steps back, depression just kind of kept setting in. And and this is kind of like hard to share or talk about, but again, I have to be honest with myself and be honest with everyone, and I haven't been eating like I should be, or like I was. And I mean, now more than ever, I need to focus on, eating healthy, more than anything, and being healthy, but eating healthy because, again, like when I get on the foot, yeah, it's like, it's gonna be hard just because I haven't been on it. But again, the goal is to have the least weight possible on it. Again, don't know. I kind of feel like I've been gaining weight, but if Coco was like, you look the same, so I don't know. But then again, I do tend to be hard on myself. So, but yeah. So I haven't been eating. I mean, there's meals where I do eat healthy, and then there's other meals where I don't. And then again, like before all this, I had a bit more willpower of like, I wasn't eating like chocolate, I wasn't eating junk food, and not gonna lie, I've had chocolate, I've had junk food, and I've had other stuff, or I've had like fast food a couple times and things like that. And then again, I know I was doing more portion control, and I know I really haven't been doing that either. So it has been a struggle, and I know what I have to do, and I do know my why. I think I just really need to embrace it and really, again, cut all the negative conversations and, say fuck you to myself and all of that. And do what you gotta do. Like, I mean, I'm a grown ass woman. I gotta just fucking handle business. And, at the end of the day, this is for me. It's for my well being. It's only hurt. I'm either, at the end of the day, by eating what I'm eating, I'm only hurting myself. And, when I get on track, it's like I'm only, it's only benefiting me at this point, It's not for anyone but myself. And it's not, because I hate myself again. It's because I love myself. Because, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to be the one dealing with walking on it eventually. And, the less weight possible, the better it is. And then, yeah, again, I'm realistic. I know I'm not going to lose like 100 pounds, but again, any pound helps, any pound off helps, any pound on makes it worse. So I know this, and again, just getting myself on that page. I mean, Sal's been amazing. Sal's been, supportive and like, hey, like maybe you shouldn't be eating that, but it's like I give him that look like, hey, maybe you should mind your fucking business. And I know I shouldn't do that. I know he's doing, he's being an amazing husband. He's being supportive. But when you're not ready to listen to it, you're not ready to listen to it. And he knows that, so I know he's kind of finding that balance of, he'll say something and then again he's like, it's your choice. So I mean, at least he's still saying it, which I appreciate him for it. But I know I'm not easy to deal with, especially when, I'm upset or I'm being called on my shit. So yeah, so again, working on that too, and just realizing that, more than anything, I really need to be loving and appreciative of him in that moment, because again, he's looking out for me, and he's doing the best that he can, and so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. I wanted to just share with you guys because it has been a struggle, and like I have been really hard on myself for it, and I'll talk about it more with Sal today too, because I know I really haven't been open with that either, because again, in those moments, I just get so caught up in my head, and I'm so being so hard on myself, and I kind of just shut down in general and don't talk about it. But it's like, okay, that's not helping either. It's like, so right now I'm just being real with myself, being real with you guys, and just putting it out there. I mean, I talked a little bit about it with a friend, and he was supportive, and he's like, oh, I get it, and but again, it's like, like, yeah, it is annoying or whatever, but again, this is when I need to really buckle down and again, be commitment driven and remember why I'm doing this and why I started this. And just because I can't walk doesn't mean that I can't still continue with with my goals, and doesn't mean that again, there's still a lot of things that I can do. Like I said, which Caroline talks about a lot, working on your mind, working on your body, working on your other muscles. She said again, because you're in different angles with the scooter, with the crutches, with the boot, once you're walking, your body's like, oh, it's just all over the place. So she's saying, like, be kind to your body and, work your other muscles. Strengthen, upper body, strengthen, different areas of your body and stuff like that. And, she's like, at the end, when you're back to it, when you're back completely on your feet, she's like, your body's gonna thank you. And, and it's true. And I said, that's why I love watching her stuff, because it's true. Like, it really brings, a lot of just clarity, and it just kind of reminds me. And again, it really pushes me forward and reminds me like I'm not alone, I mean, and I mean, even without her videos, like, I know I'm not alone, like, I have people support me and stuff like that. But I'm saying in the sense of someone who really truly gets it, and someone who has gone through it, is continuously going through it, and and again is sharing her wisdom with the world. And again, I think, which I've shared about a little bit before, this is why I also had like talking to Drew, my personal trainer, which again, I will be going back to him and back to the gym and back to personal training, once the doctor clears me and once, things are good to go in that sense. But yeah, like talking to him as well, because, he's had, injuries in the past, and actually today he's getting surgery for his knee. um, they weren't sure what it was gonna look like. you know, it all depended on once they went in, what they saw and, you know, what they were going to do. But yeah, like, you know, I mean, even getting up to that point, like, you know, just seeing his pose, seeing him getting ready for surgery, um, it was just, you know, it was very just, and like, gave me a lot of insight. And, you know, again, like, you know, just made me really see, like, okay, you know, like, fuck, there's so many other people going through the same thing. Or, I mean, you know, mine's ankle, his knee, but, you know, like, just going through the process. And again, like, seeing how positive he was about all of this. And, you know, even in the midst of his own thing, you know, surgery and stuff like that, he was still reaching out, you know, and like, how are you doing? And yeah, like, you know, do this, do that, this helps, you know, stay positive, you know. So again, like, just amazing, you know, like, that it really does fall on the mind. And, you know, so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I kind of want to just share with you guys kind of my journey post surgery and kind of where I'm at. Like I said, I'm working out every morning, doing 10 to 30 minute routines, just kind of depending on the day. And, you know, again, just kind of stretching the body and doing new things. You know, I still, like I said, I'm pushing myself more, just like doing daily things. I mean, I was doing my bed, you know, every day. I started doing laundry the other day. I was already doing it, but my mother-in-law would help here and there. So I started actually, like, I was able to get to the machine, take the clothes out, put it in the dryer. So little things like that I'm started doing. I've been washing dishes, here and there. Like I said, I'm able to manage, you know, what I'm doing with the scooter and handling things and just moving and things like that. So that's kind of been awesome too, just to push myself. Yeah, so elevating my foot as much as I can, icing it, wearing the boot for the most part. Here you can see it there. I take it off here and there, you know, stretch my foot, but I've been trying to wear it more because I've noticed when I don't, that's when I start feeling like it gets a little swollen. So I don't know if it's just the movement of the foot. Um, so trying to keep it to a minimal of when I'm taking it off, or like how long I keep it off for. And then, you know, wearing it as much as possible. But I'm gonna shower in a bit, gonna obviously take the boot off, and then I'm gonna ice my ankle, and then I'll put the boot back on. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Again, if you guys have any questions, anything that you want to know, anything that you want me to talk about, please feel free to ask. And again, thank you guys so much for your support, you know, on here and just in general. I love you guys. Again, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So thank you so much for everything. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.